And I said, what if mommy was supposed to, get involved with Damien? And he said, get involved, what do you mean, like a boyfriend? And I said, yes. And he said, oh. No.
Was very clear, but I want to just check in a little in terms of, so you were a Christian at the time, were you, or because you see you to be very spiritual?
Christian, what I would say 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because the fact that I wasn't married, and there are times during my Christian walk I don't do any form of relationship. I just say this is for God, because at the time when I met her, I wasn't involved in anyone.
Right.
Yeah. So at times you stray and you go there.
You had your boat.
Yes.
Okay. Were you because I'm trying to see, were you in the church anyway seriously, or?
Always in church, but as Damien would put it, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But then my church I'm a Methodist background, and I don't even know how to explain it. In terms of like, we baptize as a child, then we confirm, but then I'm not seeing really like that support from my church that you would get, that you would want, So I was there searching on my own. So even when I got involved with Damien, it bothered me, because I wanted to change my lifestyle, and I just always have this yearning, to do things the God way, to do God. Right, to do things the right way. And when we started the relationship, and I always say to him, this is not right, and I want to do things that is pleasing in God's sight. So, but we weren't fully committed the way that we should.
Okay.
So after he now cleared up after a month and so, and say, here I am, and you had quote unquote empirical evidence that he was now coming clean, you were now open to a new path with him, yes?
And you're, yes.
Yes. And that relationship led into you, as they would say, you taking her hand in marriage, and the rest is history. Like that. But help us to understand. Won't keep you much longer. But you speak, Lana, of your son, who you had such concern for in terms of his growth, development, and so on. So he's coming in as a husband and stepfather to his. Help us to understand what kind of stepfather Damien has been to Malik, your son.
Alright, so Malik met Damien as Uncle Damien, and they were like friends first. And he would come and he would, help mentor him too. And I realized that Malik has drawn to him, because this is a sticky situation now when you have a child, you're a single mom. To introduce the child now to somebody new was, so the relationship started that way. And then when we decided to actually start the relationship, before I even start the relationship with David, I went to Malik one day. We went out and we sat down and we have a talk. And I asked him, how do you feel about Damien? And he would say to me, he's cool, I like him, mommy. And I said, what if mommy was supposed to get involved with Damien? And he said, get involved? What do you mean, like a boyfriend? And I said yes. And he said, oh. No, he was about what, 9 or so, right? And then he didn't take it so nice at first, and then we went home, and then he came to me and he said, I like him. He's
Give you the
cool.
nod.
Yes. And I said, so it's okay if we're, together, and he said yes. So that's how we actually started. I didn't just throw it on him and let him know that this is so and so and then we started taking it little by little there. And now they're exercise partners.
Oh, God.
And I introduced Damien to his dad, and they have a good relationship, especially my son. He plays cricket. So you will see both of them at his cricket matches supporting him, and it's a big
Father and
support
stepfather.
yes. When my son look and actually sees them there, it
Big.
Pushes him. That's
yes.
good. Exciting to hear. Good. Very
I
good.
can say he's a great stepfather. Yes.
How old is your son now?
He's 15 now.
Okay, so that would have been 6 years. Okay. Yeah, but we can't finish yet. No, so, because I'm trying to understand. So, how soon after that, after you introduced your son to him, you got married? Because did you get married?
2 years after. We got married 2 years after. No, I was working at Portmore Heart first, and then I went to VTDI where I met Minister Clayton, and then my counseling started there when he found out that we weren't married, because everywhere
That's
we
the
go
part I wanted
he
to
would
ask.
pick me
That's where I
up,
was
drop me
going.
off, pick me up, and everybody would call him Mr. Chung. Yes.
Because I know you are
Mr.
Chuck.
Chung, because they know I am Chung, and they thought we were married.
Right.
And then when Minister Calvin found out that we weren't married, no, him said, no, man.
Right, so that's the part I want to get to. So, okay, so you were now basically living together and everything before
Yes.
you got married.
Yes.
Okay. So it was. So someone prompted. The marriage?
No, not
What
really.
prompted the
What
marriage?
happened?
I'm trying to get to that.
We started living together, but we decided that we want to go right. We want to live a clean life. So we had identified that each of us, we had strayed, we had what you would call it, backslided, or and we started to identify our issues and where we're going wrong. And I would be like, Damien, on a Sunday we can go to church, you go running, you can't make that. And then he would pick me up now and find something to hit me there. And then we started looking deep, because this is the funniest part, because even when we were having this relationship, before we even started living together, at nights we would pray before we go to bed, and I don't know if that have something to do with it, but we just started yearning to live a clean life in the eyes of
we
God.
actually stopped doing certain things. Like we stopped doing what you call out the word fornication.
Pastor Clayton said to us that yes, we need to see if we can starve flesh and stuff like that, and we actually started living like brother and sister. And while we were coming to counseling with Bishop and also Reverend Bosworth Mullins, they said no sex.
We stopped.
Right.
Naturally,
So we did about 4 months living together, sleeping in the same bed, hugging, cuddling, and no sex, And we went through that journey, and God has really sent some good persons in our life to guide us through it. And even while we had come up with the decision, he confirmed it by sending Pastor Calvin, also Rev Buzzword, and we would go to Bible study in the evening. And there were some other persons that I would talk a little bit close with at work that they would say to me, "No man, I can't believe someone not married." Seriously, because what they were seeing, is like they were saying, "No, sir." This was unbelievable. And then we decided. So we did about 6 months of counseling too, because we wanted to get this right. And I remember when I started, I told him that I'm going to go to Rev Mullins first, and then after that I said, I wonder if Bishop McFarlane would do it, but don't tell him. So we're going because we didn't want to make any mistakes, and we're saying, all right, some things that Rev Mullins tell us, Bishop tell us the same thing, and then we said yes, this was right. And then we had Pastor Calvin too, and I would say to him, so we actually had double counseling, to walk us through.
God put a lot of godly people in our lives to take us through that part. We needed that.
Very good.
We could clearly see that it's the work of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah, just to wrap up, how would you advise somebody in your situation? Because a lot of people actually journey like that, where they're together for years or build a friendship, get married, not even get married, but they're in they cohabit and they're not married. But how would you advise them to move to that next level of marriage, even after living together for a while and having a friendship and everything seemed okay? Why do I need to get married? Or what would you say to a couple like that?
All right. So first of all, in that situation, the couple must examine whether or not they want to spend the rest of their lives together. So how they do that? They pray, because there are some things I believe in now. All right, so we have a God who answers us in mysterious ways. So you pray and you trust the answer that you will get from God. And there is something in particular an unmarried couple should work on, and that's fellowshipping together, because that is paving the way for what is to come. So you fellowship together, do stuff with each other that will actually, make each other comfortable.
Okay.
Yes, and the saying that says the family that prays together stay together.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what we did, and we can say it worked.
A growing relationship.
Yeah.
You have to want it too,
Want
and
it.
you have to desire God and follow His word.
Yes.
Because if you're going to follow God's word, then you're going to do what He wants to do.
Yes.
And make sure that that relationship that you have is something that you really desire, something that you really want, that partner, you really love that partner, and you see where, yes, I can live with that person. And I think both of them have to feel the same way about each other for it to work.
Yeah.
Because that's where the communication comes in, because we are two different persons with two different attitudes, behavior, background, and it takes a lot, and you have to have good support with you, because I know there's a lot of times, well, I wouldn't say a lot of time, but few times when I did not understand Damien, because I'm a talker at home, right? So if there's an issue, I'll talk about it, but Damien would not. He would not talk about it. He would talk about it, yes, but to himself. Yes, I would see him walk around and talking to himself, and I know something was wrong. So I had to go out there and say, baby, if you don't tell me what is the problem, then there is nothing I can do. And then one of the advice that we got from our counselors, both Bishop McFarlane and Reverend Mullins, is that in a relationship, you don't compromise. You don't look to compromise, but you look to reconcile. So if he's having an issue, and I don't know what the issue is, then it won't be reconciled and it will go over and over. So we have to have good communication. He has to be willing to listen to me. I am willing to listen to him. We both will be willing to accept our wrongs and try to fix it for it not to work. And just remember that we are human and we're supposed to be working as a partner to get it right. So we will make mistakes, but it's how you fix that mistake that you have made.
Well, there you have it. This is just part of the story of the fishers. Oh, I am blessed to have been able to sit with you on this set and to share. I close on Natalie by saying, Lana, I knew you really had the depth and the capacity to really represent as you have ably done. And Damien, his qualities are just close by this. Damien religiously, will drive wherever he's coming from to pick up Lana. It doesn't matter, and take her home, and he protects his wife. That's a good godly example, my friend.
Yes.
All right, take us out, Natalie. Take us out.
Yes, thank you so much for coming, Lana and Damien.
Man,
I just want to, thank our sponsor again, Mattox Health and Fitness, our resident producer, George Malcolm Walker, and Damien Diaglar. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at New Foundation Christian Ministries. Follow us on Facebook at New Foundation Christian Ministries and on Instagram at B1 Marriage Ministry. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.